and never.
Forever young, I wanna be forever young. Do you really want to live forever, forever and ever? Forever young, I wanna be.
Hey, may the best of your todays be the worst of your tomorrows. But we ain't even thinking that far. You know what I mean? So we living life like a video, where the sun is always out and you never get old, and the champagne's always cold and the music's always good, and the pretty girls just happen to stop by, you know.
I'm waking up to ash and dust. I wipe my brow and I sweat my rust. I'm breathing in.
I think it's going to be a great night to be a long one. Woo!
Very successful season this year. We started off, we struggled a little bit early on. I think we started 1-3, but the mark of a good football team is one that improves. We go from 1-3, we were really struggling to win a football game, and we wound up being the runner-up in the region. We had a home playoff game, finished 6-5, so it was very successful. One of the more rewarding seasons I've been a football coach.
Best game of the season, West, definitely, unanimously West, because we were at a point to where, you know, this game determined a whole lot of things. There were about 3 pages long of 50 different scenarios that could happen between us, West, North, and South, of who would go to the playoffs. And right now, at the time, we were sitting at, you know, 5th seed. So we weren't even in it, so we were just basically playing for pride. And we ended up winning, the South ended up losing, and we jumped all the way up to 2nd. And it was just, it was like the best night ever.
But as the season progressed, I think Chattahoochee and Western Cycle allowed us, those 2 wins allowed us to clinch a home playoff. So the team came together as the season progressed.
It's more like a family, I'd say. Because you go through so much stuff together, like band camp, that's when you really learn, like, oh, these are your friends, like, you're going to be spending a lot of time with these guys. You sweat together, you drum together, you bleed, but you do spend a lot of time together, and it's really a close family.
We went to a VOA competition.
USSBA?
USSBA in New York, and we got 1st place in percussion.
So kind of wrap up the season, it's good.
This year's band season was extremely successful. We competed in 3 different band competitions. We came in 2nd place at the Talon Marching Classic, which was hosted at South Forsyth High School. That was the local event that we went to. The U.S. Bands Marine Corps Classic, we came in 2nd place there as well. And then we went up to the U.S. Bands National Championships in New York City, and we came in 3rd place. We won the bronze medal at National Championships and also won the categories of music and percussion.
We're going to Dayton, Ohio for indoor drumline, and we're like going against the best in the world.
Probably my favorite memory of the season was walking on field at MetLife Stadium in New York. The Super Bowl was there this year, and the students walking on that field in front of all those fans in that huge stadium and doing their show in that arena. Not to mention how well they did with that show was truly an incredible experience, and it was very neat at last seeing our band perform on that field.
We were 1st place in the country. We went up against like probably 15 other bands.
The best in the
And yeah, our band came in 3rd, but the percussion came in 1st place.
I really enjoyed this year how the basketball team came together as a group and worked so hard to accomplish their goals. And I really just admire how they all united.
They played really well. They're all super determined. Joe Bates played a lot. Logan Bush scored 1,000 points for the first time of anyone in Lambert history.
What are you going to miss most about being on the basketball team?
I'm going to miss the relationships I've made with everybody, with all my teammates from freshman year to senior year. Just, I had to be more of a leader when I became a junior. When I was a freshman and sophomore, I had older guys to look to, and then I had to become the guy to look to.
How do you think the next year swim team will do compared to the way you guys did this year?
I think we'll do really well because out of the 3 guys on our team that made finals, 2 of them are coming back next year, and then we have a really strong freshman and sophomore class. So the guys' team should do much better. The girls' team, they won state for 2 years in a row, and a lot of their swimmers are coming back. So the next couple of years should be really promising. The best part of it was probably all the friends I had on the team. Like a lot of my best friends swim on the swim team, so swimming with them was like really enjoyable.
And what's one of your favorite memories that you've made on the swim team?
Probably it was my freshman year. It was the first relay I ever swam with my older brother because he was always like a really good swimmer, so swimming with him was kind of a special moment.
Best memory is when it was actually during the Luella game in the state playoffs, and someone hit a home run, and then Tucker Maxwell hit a home run, like right after him, and the whole team went crazy, and they all ran up to the home plate, and they all like congratulated. They do that every time they score a home run, but this time, since it was 2 in a row, and it's like the state playoffs, they were all like really happy. And it was just fun to see them that excited because they've had such an incredible season.
Being able to be around such great kids every single day.
They're undefeated completely. And they're such amazing players. Like they have Seth Beer, and he had an 800 batting average. I think it's around 650 now. But still, that's amazing. Like 300 is pretty good for MLB players. Like it's incredible. Like how well just him, and then all the other players. Like and all the seniors that are going, they're so good. Dylan Bumey, he's a pitcher. And there's so many underclassmen that are like really good, and they're coming up because the legacy is just going to keep going on.
We've had a good season so far. We're in the Final 4 of the state tournament and hope to do well next week against Parkview.
What is your favorite memory from coaching baseball this season?
All the time I have with the kids while we're not playing games or practicing. There's a lot of bonding that goes on, and you really get to know them as individuals.
So I'm just like really proud of them.
I've played 18 games, and we have 18 games in the season. So we won 11 games this year and only lost 6. So we had an 11-6 record, which is pretty good. In practice, we usually do stick skills, conditioning. Like we'll run at the end, do work on our stick skills at the beginning, and then maybe we'll play a game or something. And then we run over plays and work on new things that, we'll take what we say we lose a game and our passing wasn't so great, then we'll work on passing the next day of practice. I think our offense really stepped up this year. We had some really good in the 8-meter right in front of the goal. We had some really good passing in there. Our midfield transitions improved a lot since I was a freshman. We used to just have one girl run down the whole field, and now we can pass to multiple people and get the ball down the field a lot faster.
Here we started out rough. We had a loss to Centennial, but we bounced back and kept working, and now we're doing pretty well.
My favorite memory of the lacrosse team is just going to all the games. They've had such an incredible season. They've won some games, they've lost some games, but all in all they've done pretty well. They've made it all the way to state. They were in Final 4 last week, and they beat Milton, and every time they scored it was just amazing.
Favorite game had to be Torrey Pine because top-ranked team in the nation pulled out with the W. Favorite game would be Centennial. It's a little payback about last year's state championship game. Fun though, good one.
Coleman Sturkey, he's been doing a great job scoring. Trey Arnold, he's done a great job doing with all the face-offs.
I think we have a pretty strong team. We're not losing too many people, and hopefully our defense stays strong. Next year will be a state championship. Next year we're loading. A lot of young kids. We're losing some, but we have a lot coming up too.